Hi, welcome back to Danganronpa V3. Man, this is so hard to put down.
Well, guys, I want to hear what you think.
So now Kokichi, he seems like he's been trying to lure out the killer. What else does he have up his sleeve?
That's sort of a difficult question, you know?
It
Girls are not smart enough to know answer to that.
Yes, it is difficult to formulate a logical response to that question.
So he's trying to implicate that it was a member of the student council that killed Angie because they were the only ones she was opening the door for.
Not articulate with words, huh? Don't you guys want to prove your innocence?
They don't trust you one bit, and I don't blame them. You're probably plotting.
Why did Tenko have to die?
Oh, Himiko.
I want to know what happened to Angie too, but... Can we talk about Tenko's case now and not just Angie?
Oh.
I got you exactly where I wanted, Himiko.
What, Kokichi, what do you...
What do you mean?
The two victims could have been killed by two separate murderers, you know. So we need to find the first Blackened responsible for the first victim. Gotta figure out who killed Angie. Until we solve Angie's case, Tenko's case is meaningless. Would you suggest that to waste our
It's
time?
not meaningless!
Oh, Himiko.
Tenko's death was meaningless? How dare you!
Aw.
Poor Tenko! How could you do this to her?
Himiko, stop it with your crappy lies.
Lies?
Kokichi, shut up.
Everything you said is total BS.
And how do you know that?
You didn't give two shits about Tenko when she was alive. But now you're like, oh no, poor Tenko, after she's dead. Come on, really?
It did seem like she was paying more attention to Angie for a while.
Kokichi, enough!
No. It's okay. It's no surprise you think that. I know I ignored Tenko before. That's why I'm so upset now. I should have faced Tenko. Worked things out with her while she was still alive. But now, it's too late. I can't complain to her or thank her. It's too late.
Yeah, seriously. It's way too late to realize that now. Our only option is to face her death head on.
Face her death?
Himiko, I understand what you're going through. So I'm gonna help you out. Let's work together to find the truth. I'm not gonna let anyone say her death didn't matter.
All right, Kaido. I'm with you, buddy.
Kaito. Alright. I'll put a silencing curse on whoever calls Tenko's death meaningless. The name of the curse is... Death Curse!
Man.
Suppose being dead would silence someone pretty good.
And Himiko... Glad to see Himiko's finally fired up.
Listen up. All you guys are gonna help out too. Abandoning someone who died and only thinking about your own survival. That's just as bad as a hit and run. I won't forgive something so messed up.
Tenko was our friend. Gonta wanna know why she died too.
I already told you that's so unnecessary. We're getting sidetracked here.
Not necessarily. I mean, it might explain... Again, why... If... Assuming there was one killer, why they would they would kill Tenko as well as Angie.
No, even if it was a different culprit, we need to know how Tenko died. If we don't find out who killed her, we won't be able to work together. Not now, not ever.
True.
Even if this trial isn't for her, in order for us to survive, we need to get to the bottom of Tenko's death. Not just to survive this trial, but so we can keep going and live on!
Kaido.
Finally, you noticed. Jeez, you're so slow.
What now?
Huh? Did Kokichi want us to notice?
Huh?
Don't listen to his crap. We haven't decided whether there were two different culprits yet.
Let us talk about Tenko's case then. Perhaps that will provide us a clue.
Possibly.
Yeah, maybe.
They're not wrong, but I don't mind going over Tenko's case. But that was an abrupt change of topic. Was that intentional?
So what do we talk about first?
For now, let's see if we can narrow down the list of suspects.
Pancrotch probably got killed during the seance, so everyone there's suspicious. Pancrotch!
The people who attended the seance. Kyo. Kaido. No. Kichi. Kyo. Miko.
That's it.
Yes.
It was me, Kyo, Himiko, and Kokichi.
So those four are the culprits!
Not necessarily.
Himiko still culprit?
No.
Well, that's
don't
probably
think so.
just a coinkydink. The most suspicious out of the four is really Kyo. He suggested the whole seance idea.
That is true. I mean, he was... Otherwise, how did the killer know to...
True, I may have suggested it, but I explained the procedure beforehand, yes? If we all knew of it before the murder, then we are all equally suspicious.
And did the killer anticipate that he was going to attempt the seance?
Well, I suppose, but...
In addition, the seance wasn't entirely in my control either. I was not the one who selected the room we performed it in. It was Himiko.
Oh no, it comes back to her again. However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use? The middle room. The middle room's always best for stuff like this. Very well, I shall begin the preparations at once.
Oh, right.
But then we saw that... We saw that,
Also,
Kokichi
we should
fell
not
through
limit
the...
our suspects to only those who participated in the seance.
fell through the floor in another room, so it sounds like that one was prepared too.
The empty room had a point of entry from outside, you see.
Point of entry from outside? He must be referring to... Right, the floorboards under Tenko were loose. The culprit might have gone under the floor to enter. Tenko is atop the entire seance. It's unlikely the floorboards were used. Oh, there was another location we could have entered and exited without using that area.
I was wrong!
Oh. Oh, shit. Then was it... Is it here? I don't know what you're talking about. You were able
I was
to...
wrong!
What? What? Wait, what? What am I looking for, then?
There!
Oh, I was just a little bit. I was just a couple of.
You're talking about
A little
under the
bit
floor,
off.
right?
Huh? Under the floor?
Yes, there's a crawl space under the floor a person can move through. There was also a hole that connected it to the neighboring room.
If the culprit used the hole, they could have entered and exited the seance room.
If we consider that possibility, then there is another suspect.
Another suspect? Who?
It's appearing before me. Oh, I can see it clearly. The true identity of Tenko's killer.
What? You think you know who did it? It must have been somebody who wasn't present at the seance. Who's
The
the word?
culprit sneaked
Kibo's-
in during the seance by crawling under the floor.
Hole in the corner. Let's see what they have to say.
During the seance. How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light.
Light? You mean candle?
I mean, Kibo's flashlight function.
Oh, you think it was
Now, hold on a
Kibo?
second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor and sneak into the empty room during the seance.
I said, hold on a second.
He used his robot functions to commit the murders.
Hold on a second.
It's true that with a little light, you could have moved around under the floor. But is that possible?
The culprit sneaked in during the seance.
There is space under the floor, which means we would have seen. We would have seen the light from under there, wouldn't we?
By crawling under the floor.
But it was pitch black during the seance. How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light.
Light? You mean candle?
I mean, Kibo's flashlight function. Huh? Now hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get
Oh. No?
The culprit sneaked in during the seance by crawling under the floor.
pitch black during the seance. How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, Miller had a
There it is.
Wrong!
I don't think the culprit could have used the light while under the floor. There was a hole in the corner of the room. If a light were used, it would have leaked through and we would have seen it.
But when we did the seance, the room was definitely pitch black.
So a light was not shined under the floor, which means you cannot claim I am the culprit.
Jeez, here I thought this would be the case where the murder could only be done by a robot.
You have accused me of being the culprit more than once now, simply because I am a robot. My status as a robot does not mean I am capable of performing superhuman feats. My vision is somewhat poor, and I only possess average physical strength and intelligence.
All right. You made your point. God, now I feel sort of bad for you.
I neither want nor need your pity.
Oh.
Enough with the flashlight! It's way too bright!
It would have been difficult to move around under the floor in that pitch-black darkness.
So how did the killer get into position?
Maybe the floor and the hole have nothing to do with this case.
I didn't see any luminescent paint like in the... Like last time a similar situation happened.
Then why was floorboard under Tenko lined up funny? Going to think that was so culprit could stab Tenko from underfloor.
Ooh, nice observation, Gonta. Are you finally getting used to the class trials?
Uh-huh. Thank you.
Don't say it like that. You're better off not being used to this kind of stuff.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe they marked Tenko with glowing paint and looked for that.
I didn't see any glowing paint on her.
That'd let the culprit find her. Then they could stab her through the floorboards.
Boy, that sounds really familiar too. I'm just gonna ignore it.
Oh, God. These throwbacks.
Her corpse didn't have any trace of glowing paint, though.
Right.
Oh, yeah. So then why was that floorboard loose?
The loose floorboard was the one under Tenko, right? If the culprit used it while she was still alive, she'd totally notice.
Who fucking cares? Fussing over that won't get us closer to the culprit.
We shouldn't dismiss this line of inquiry, however.
Probably.
Instead of butting our heads against this, how about we concentrate on another issue?
Okay, what?
What other issue?
Perhaps first, we should figure out how and when exactly Tenko was killed.
When? So not during seance?
If not, then when?
Tenko was in the metal cage for the whole seance, wasn't she?
Yeah.
How could someone have gotten to her there?
Maybe the culprit killed her before she went under the metal cage.
No, that couldn't have happened.
That's not possible. She was alive at that point.
It's the point of no return, Tenko. After this point, you mustn't speak. The next time you open your mouth, it will be Angie speaking through you. Understood. I'll not say a word until the seance is over.
Yes, she was unmistakably alive when the seance began.
That was right before we blew out the candles. But when the light came back...
The floorboard was removed at that point.
Right.
So it's likely she was already dead then.
She was killed when the room was dark?
But she was inside cage, right? Going to think it impossible to kill her then.
And she wasn't killed when the room was dark. It was a different time.
But
A different time?
how?
How the fuck should I know? You figure it out, shitheads.
Could the killer have killed her beforehand, but then impersonated her? That's the only explanation I can think of for that.
Since Gonta said it was impossible, I'm proposing an alternate theory. Now hurry up and think! If you want to make my golden brain tingle, start circle jerking your lipstick brains!
Okay, marker stone, iron cage,
When Tenko
white
got
sheet,
killed,
dog
it
statue.
wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time. And she was dead when the cage was lifted.
What about moment Cage was lifted?
Like that.
When Cage lifted, culprit stabbed Tenko real fast. So fast, no one saw.
Oh my!
So who lifted
Mio,
the
are
cage?
you okay?
It was me.
Then obviously Himiko is the culprit.
There's no down!
Tenko not being killed during the seance. That might not be impossible, but there's no evidence for it.
When Tenko got killed,
Cage.
it wasn't during
Oh.
the seance.
No, because the sheet. So she was. The blood stain on it means that she was killed while the sheet was still there.
Could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time. And she was dead when the cage was lifted.
What about moment Cage was lifted? That's wrong!
No, it wasn't possible to kill her the moment the cage was lifted. Because the inside of the white cloth had Tenko's blood on it. That cloth was removed before the cage was lifted. If Tenko were stabbed then, there wouldn't be blood on the cloth.
What? But how could my golden brain be wrong when it felt so right?
The only possibility is that Tenko was killed during the seance.
I got your remodel right
Oh!
here!
She's still,
No, it's still wrong to think that Tenko was killed during the seance.
What do you have now?
I'm gonna prove it right now. My golden brain is gonna go all out!
Marker stone, loose floorboard, iron cage,
Tenko died
sickle
after
under
the
the floor.
seance. It happened when the sheet was lifted. That was the moment the culprit chose to stab the fuck out of Tenko through the cage. They stuck the thin blade through the gaps of the cage. And that clean white sheet got stained blood red!
But the weapon was a sickle. Only the blade could have fit through the gaps.
The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in a cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all exposed. She wasn't that far from the cage's gaps. In which case, the person who lifted the sheet is the... And that's none other than Kyo!
There has to be a hole in her logic somewhere. I have to show the evidence.
The blade's all you need.
Okay, loose floorboard.
Eat.
3 feet high and 5 feet wide. Is that it?
If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all exposed. She wasn't that far from the cage's gaps. In which case, the person who lifted the sheet is the and that's none other than Kyo!
Wait, sitting with her neck exposed.
The blade's all...
What about the marker stone? No? Bottom of the floorboard.
All you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko. Sitting in there with her neck all exposed. She wasn't that far from the cage's gap. In which case, the person who lifted the sheet is the culprit, and that's none other than Kyo! The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko.
This is the only thing I can
Sitting
think
in there
of.
with her neck all exposed.
I'll cut through your words. Wait just a minute. Tenko wasn't sitting down inside the cage. She was bent over with her forehead against the marker stone. And the cage itself was about 3 feet tall.
I see where you're going with
The
this.
sickle's blade was too short to reach Tenko while she was in that position.
I messed up again? How could this happen? I am so embarrassed.
No worries,
It's
Mia.
all right.
Everyone already knows you're an embarrassment to the human race.
Oh, God.
Yeah, no worries.
How embarrassing!
If Shuichi is right, then it's impossible for Tenko to have been killed through the cage.
She couldn't have been killed during the seance since she was in the cage, right?
If she was killed then, the cloth over the cage would have been pierced.
Right.
Not during the seance or from below the floor. Then it's impossible, isn't it?
Yeah, for a living person.
Huh?
What if Angie's spirit killed Tenko?
What?
What are you talking about?
Oh,
That's not
God.
possible.
Oh, God. Kaido's gonna get creeped out again.
You don't know that. Some things are impossible for a human, but not for a spirit.
Don't say stupid stuff like that. Screw spirits.
Stop that now.
Angie's spirit killed Tenko? Why?
Himiko?
Why would Angie's spirit kill Tenko?
What if Tenko killed Angie, and then Angie's spirit came back for revenge?
Like I said, that's impossible. Spirits can't be culprits.
Then explain how the culprit killed
That's a
Tenko
little
under these
far-fetched.
impossible circumstances.
Well,
See? You can't explain, can you? Only a spirit could have done that!
wait. I know. What if the culprit was hiding inside the cage?
What? How, though? There was
They
nobody
were
else.
there. They could have stabbed Tenko during the seance.
There was nobody else in there. We were there, right?
No. If there was someone else in the cage, we would have
I agree
noticed.
with Kaito. The culprit could have been inside the cage.
How? You do?
Nonsense. There was no space in the cage for the culprit to hide.
Right.
Maybe the culprit wouldn't need to hide in the first place.
What?
Also, the culprit could have killed her in the cage at any time. I think you know what I'm getting at, right?
Not really, but the they that she's referring to. What? Oh, God, we have to... Who could have killed Tenko from inside the cage? What? Okay, we put the cage... She lay down, we placed the cage on top of her. Who could have come in and... Or are you saying You're not suggesting she killed herself, are you? That's the only... There was nobody else in the cage. Really?
I believe Maki is referring to Tenko herself.
What?
What did you say? Are you saying Tenko is the culprit?
But
She committed suicide.
why?
Suicide?
If she committed suicide, it would explain a lot of things we couldn't figure out.
Yeah, but it wouldn't explain why we found... Why everything was...
She volunteered to be in the cage and then stabbed herself during the seance. It wouldn't matter how dark the room was.
But the sickle she was stabbed with was under the floor, right?
Yeah.
If Tenko had stabbed herself, wouldn't the sickle still be inside the cage?
I would think so.
Oh my god. Mew actually said something smart.
Oh, Kokichi.
Perhaps that explains why the floorboard was removed. After stabbing herself with the sickle, she threw it underneath the floor.
It did say that she didn't die right away.
So she took off the floorboard to get rid of the sickle?
Yes, that makes sense to Gonta.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason for Tenko to commit suicide.
Maybe I wasn't too far off with the theory I had earlier. You know, about Tenko killing Angie.
Yeah?
Because Tenko
Was
and
that the
Angie were
case?
fighting for your attention, right?
Angie, when did you brainwash Himiko?
Tenko's pent-up frustration led her to commit such an atrocity. Her conscience couldn't handle it anymore, so she decided to end her own life.
What?
But if she was gonna kill herself, why do it during the seance?
Yeah.
She wanted to hide the truth of her suicide.
Really? Why?
There could only be one reason to hide it in a killing game, right?
So,
It's to take us down with her.
really?
Take us down?
She wanted us to pick the wrong answer during the class trial.
But why
So
would
she
she...
could bring us all down. She wanted us to die with her.
Is that really it?
Okay, well, she probably just wanted Himiko to die with her, but still.
And probably all the men.
But what are you saying? Tenko wasn't like that. He told me.
Keep your chin up and live life facing forward. Survive with me and everyone else.
What if all of that was just a lie?
A lie?
Wait, we should believe Tenko's last words.
The true terror of class trials is that you shouldn't believe everything said.
Himiko, you said that Tenko would never do anything like that. But how can you be so sure? Did you guys actually know each other? People keep all sorts of secrets. Like Maki. She hid the fact that she's a cold-blooded killer. Is it wise of us to trust other people wholeheartedly in this kind of situation?
Jeez, you're such a naive dude.
Naive?
We're all just people, you know? Of course we're gonna have some secrets. What matters is whether there's any malice behind them.
People can lie about how malicious their hidden secrets really are.
Well, duh. It's impossible to know for sure what others are thinking. why it all comes down to whether or not you believe in yourself. If you get betrayed, it's not their fault. It's your fault for believing in them. That's why I believed in Maki Roll, because I wanted to believe in her.
Just because you're acting all cool doesn't mean you get to start training.
Hey, come on. Don't you think you're being a little too strict?
Well, we come from different backgrounds. So for now, let's agree to disagree. No one's ever called me naive before. And from Kaito? Seriously?
Owned.
Whether or not I believe, my heart can't reach Tenko anymore. But I want to believe in her. She wouldn't commit suicide. She wouldn't try to take us down. That's what I want to believe.
Me too. Gonta no can believe Tenko commits suicide.
But if Tenko did commit suicide, that would answer all of our questions.
If you insist we believe in Tenko, then provide a reason to do so.
A proper reason.
All right, I'll give you a reason.
Is there a reason?
Yes, there is. Will you trust me, Maki? If it turns out I'm wrong, you can blame me all you like. But for now, I need you to trust in my detective work.
I don't believe Tenko would kill herself because of what she said. Okay, everyone, I'll see you guys after the seance. She said, see you guys after. I doubt she had a sudden change of heart. Just because we don't know how she was killed doesn't mean it was a suicide. We shouldn't be satisfied with that, and if we keep thinking, we'll find the truth. And that means we have to believe in Tenko. I'll make them all believe. Okay, what's this gonna be? Monokuma File 3, Cage Child, Tenko's last moments, hole in the corner.
Her plan was to take... take us down with her. So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person. But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance. She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces.
Everyone thinks Tenko committed suicide, but only because they're latching onto the easiest answer. To get out of this, I need to make them think their suicide theory wouldn't work.
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
Her plan was to take us down with her.
Wait, do I have
True
to...
intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person. But if Tenko did commit suicide, it would explain how she died during the seance. She could have secretly brought the sickle and then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength.
I always know the truth.
I'm catching
Tenko
on.
couldn't have thrown the sickle under the floor. Because she died instantly.
Instantly.
Her death might not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out. Oh, but Maki
I'm
knows.
certain of it. My investigation determined that she died instantly.
What's your opinion, Maki? I'd like to hear it from someone who specializes in murder.
trust us on this.
Maki.
You're right. I completely forgot about that important detail.
She is.
Tenko died instantly.
What?
As an assassin, I specialize in killing my targets swiftly. I have no doubt that Tenko is killed immediately.
Words of a true killer. Pretty sure we can believe everything she said.
Thank you, Maki.
How could you forget that, Maki Roll? You better apologize to Shuichi.
Excuse me?
It's okay, Kaito, really. No apology necessary. Anyway, Tenko died so suddenly that she couldn't have gotten rid of the sickle. Knowing that, the theory that she killed herself just doesn't fit, correct?
Thank goodness, Himiko.
Which means someone definitely killed Tenko during the seance.
But still, how? And why?
Her suicide was considered because we could not determine how she was killed.
No! There must have been a way! We're gonna figure it out!
Did any of the participants witness anything peculiar during the seance?
Yes.
If you know something, please speak up. It could be the key to solving this mystery.
Yeah, what about that loud noise? Not a bad idea. We should remember what happened at the seance. I'll try to remember. I'm sure there's something. I need some kind of clue that'll help me solve this mystery. Sound during
Did
seance
anything
seems to
seem
be
out
the
of
most.
ordinary during the seance?
There is something that bothers me.
Yeah.
The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed. How utterly strange.
Now that I think about it, while we were all singing the song, I heard something fall.
I'm more concerned about how dark it got in there. I mean, it was totally pitch black. My job was to relight the candles. Moving along the walls was seriously tough.
It was pitch black during the seance. That limits what could have happened.
Did anything
Out of the ordinary during the seance? There is something that bothers me. The fact that the seance failed.
The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed.
I think about it. While we were all singing the song, I heard something fall.
I agree!
Himiko, you think that something fell because of that sound you heard, right?
Yeah, what did make that sound?
It sounded like something heavy fell down and hit the floor really hard.
What did we hear?
What could have fallen down?
Fallen down? There wasn't anything on the ceiling that could have fallen down, right?
Am I wrong? I thought something fell, but
The sound was pretty loud. It did seem like something hit the floorboards.
A loud sound, like something hitting the floorboards. Maybe that sound had something to do with that other thing that happened in the dark. Other thing? What other thing? Was it this? And that has nothing to do with the sound during the seance. No one's gonna believe you if you keep saying random things, you know. You don't get to say that.
Oh no!
Then should I already know what? Was it? Does it have to do with this? No. With him falling through the floorboards. Then what else? Maybe the statue on top of the cage made that sound. It would be pretty loud if it dropped, but it was still on the cage after the seance. It's not like you forget something like that, Shuichi.
Damn it!
Then what was it? Am I supposed to know at this point?
This is it!
Okay,
I think the floorboard coming off had something to do with that sound. That floorboard came loose at some point during the seance, right?
right.
Could the floorboard have made such a loud sound, though?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It was the sound of an intense impact.
If the impact was that intense, then it could have loosened the floorboard.
That is true. There would have had to be a strong impact to make that sound. But what was it? What could it possibly be? Well, I think we're gonna have to ponder that more next time. This is really picking up, but I'll see you guys next time.
I'm playing a game.